So I have these punches that are not long enough. What I would do is I would grab like a cheap extension, and then this part right here would hold it. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. There you go, like that. And then you just tap on this side, and you can use any length extension you need if you need a longer one. Same principle applies. Smaller punch would still work. It doesn't really hold as well, but it kind of helps you hold it in place if you need to line it up. Use the pressure between this and the object you're punching to kind of hold it straight. Takes a little technique, but it'll still work too. Or you can just tape these two ends together, and that'll hold it in place. So that would be the pin we are smacking out. Let me see if I can point it. That pin right there, that's to the linkage on the left side of the vehicle. So I'm going to, I have this long punch that I will put right there and hit it with a hammer. It's not a straight shot, so I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to have to do that first, or else, I mean, if I want a straight shot from that pin, I'd have to remove this bracket, which is the mount holding the transmission up. Let's see if we can try to avoid that. So this is kind of how I have it set up. You can see the pin sticking up. You can see the punch that's inside. You can see the extension that I have. It's actually at an angle. So I'm going to try to get that shot best as I can. But you see that little bend in there that this play gives me actually allows me to pretty much go up at a straight shot from this angle. Yeah, probably has to do with me being fortunate enough to have the punch that's this short to where it ends right there, and then I can put the little extension, give it a couple little taps, and the little spring pin, I think that's what they call it. Yeah, it's coming out. So as you can see, the bigger pin is almost out. I stopped right there to show you the process, which was a longer punch that when it was still sticking out of the hole a little bit, I was tapping it around. There you go, that's better. So yeah, when the pin was sticking out a little bit still, I was tapping it around until it went flush with the actual shaft itself, and then once it got flush, I tapped it a little bit more, with the longer one until it went in a little bit past flush, and then I used the same setup, well, to basically punch it out of the hole. And it's halfway up there now, and I'm gonna continue and pull it out. 12mm nut, so the bottom shift linkage part comes off, so we can get to this part, which is another 12. Once I get this off, you'll be able to see it. Alright, so got the 12, so I got this guy off, just slid it off, and then you'll see that. And then there's a nut on the other side. Hold that nut on the other side down, loosen that, and it should come out. That was where the pin used to be. That hole. bushings are done. So as I was taking this off, this one was inside this one, which was kind of weird. I've never seen something like that. Maybe this one is to keep this one separated to stay in place of that hole. Weird. Alright, let's go put this in the car. The new shifter joint is in. It's all connected and bolted down. The pin is in there. I only put the big one back in because the small one, that little hole where the small one goes into, was pretty banged up after smashing the big one in. So I kind of left it out for the moment. It's in there. And yeah, so that's in there. Give it a little push. Yeah, all the plate is gone. Yep. No movement. I think there is supposed to be a return spring that goes from here to the other end. You can't see it because this bar's in the way, but there's a hole for a return spring behind that. Behind this goes from there to that. I don't have one. I didn't see one on here when I took everything off, so I'll find one if I have to. But for now, let's go to the top and see how the shifter feels. Oh, yeah, it feels a lot better. It's a little play. Maybe that's where that return spring comes into effect. But yeah, just by touching it, noticeable difference. Yes. Seems cool.